Okay, it's finally my day to shine. I do all the testing, I do all the work, and I can barely speak in these videos, but I demanded that I get one for myself, and it was delivered. In Life is Strange Double Exposure, Chapter 3, Scene 2, you have the choice to help Alderman or save. This is the one with the least number of consequences. Are you kidding me? Well, I am going to make this the best consequence video you've ever seen, and I'm going to show you some easily missed details that are related to this choice that happen no matter what, but again, they're easily missed. Okay, we will start with Save Yourself, then we'll move to Help Alderman, and then we'll go into those easily missed details, okay? So if you save yourself, the immediate dialogue will be this.
You have to help me. Go!
Did I kill him?
You had to. Would have been you otherwise. Max, if this spreads to campus, if our colleagues, our friends, our students get devoured like this,
I can just stop using my powers.
Wow, what a scene, right? And then the next scene, Chapter 3, Scene 3, Max will have, of course, written a journal entry about the situation. And this entire journal entry is unique to Save Yourself. December 7th, what the fuck? Did my powers just... No, not my powers. Me. I did this. I erased that detective from existence. All I wanted was him off of me, but I doomed him. And I can't rewind time to undo it. That die is cast. And it's all my fault. I'm still so grateful Moses was with me. He makes me feel like maybe there's something we could do to stop this. I can't let this happen to anyone else. Okay, next. You can also look at Max's Notes app. Because you chose Save Yourself, this part will read, I don't know if I killed Safi, but I definitely killed Alderman. But Moses still trusts me. Thank God. In your Chapter 3 end results screen, this section will be titled Moses. Why? Because it mostly affects him. Try to save Alderman will of course say Save Yourself. But it also says that Moses believes you made the best choice. Now coming into Chapter 4, Scene 2 at the Krampus Roast, when you go to talk to Moses in the dead world for the first time, Max will say hi.
Hey, Moses.
And then he will ask her a question.
how's your first Krampus?
That's all for Save Yourself. Wasn't that fantastic? So many consequences, you just couldn't believe it. Now, let's rewind to the beginning of this choice so you can make a new one. I'm doing a great job making this exciting. When you pick Help Alderman, the immediate dialogue will go like this.
Max, you have to let go!
I could have saved him, Moses. I could have saved him.
No, you couldn't have. Listen to me, Max. This place ate a man.
Wow, quite a difference between Save Yourself, isn't it? And something else unintentional happened. Moses has lost some of his hair.
Moses, your hair. I told you. There's always a cost.
That's quite a consequence, and now the journal entry will be completely different. What the fuck? Ugh, except for that part. I could have saved Alderman. I could have saved him, couldn't I? I was so close, if only Moses hadn't. Shit, Moses saved my life. He didn't know that would happen, neither of us did, but he leapt in anyway. It's been a long time since I was the one being pulled from a bad end by someone else. Who knows what would happen to me if Moses hadn't stepped in? We've bonded in a way only a near-death experience can. God, I hope Moses is all right. Please, let him be all right. Don't worry, Max, his hair will grow back. If you look in the Notes app, because you chose Help Alderman this time, the subsection of Moses's page will read, First Safi, now Alderman. People are dying because of me again. Moses thinks we can figure this out. Thank God for him. And your Chapter 3 end results screen in the Moses section will of course say, hang on to him. And Moses is relieved that you're safe. When you go to Chapter 4, Scene 2 at the Krampus roast and you talk to Moses in the dead world, his hair is still missing. And after Max says hello,
Hey, Moses.
she'll also say this.
Not sure I'll ever get used to that.
I like it.
And we find out more information about Moses.
It'll help with cosplay.
Who do you think he chooses to cosplay? And like I said, not to worry, Moses' hair did grow back in only a matter of days. In the final scene of the game, his hair is perfectly intact, even if you compare it side by side with the Save Yourself variation. And that's it. But as promised, I'm going to show you some easily missed details related to Alderman's disappearance. And it all starts in Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, Scene 4, when Max is trying to get the evidence so Alderman won't find it, there is a specific order of things that you could do to create an easily missed detail. When Alderman enters the room, and Max needs to switch to the living timeline to get Hot Dog Man, the next logical step is to stay in the living timeline and go upstairs and switch to the dead timeline there, right? Of course, you've played this. You know this already. I certainly hope so. I don't want to give away spoilers here. But instead, if you switch to the dead timeline downstairs, you're also going to get a text from Yasmin. You will not receive this text at all if you went to the dead timeline upstairs. Hello, Maxine. I wanted to let you know that a Detective Alderman wants to speak with you about Safia's passing. Any information you can provide will only help him and us understand what happened to my daughter. We've already been introduced. Oh, excellent. Let me know what he says. And you can choose to not reply at all, which is kind of rude, but your choice, of course. Or choose, I'll try. I'll do what I can.
I literally have no idea how I could be of help. I don't know anything either.
Now keep that in mind because something happens with this text later. Then, at the beginning of Chapter 3, Scene 2, before Alderman even arrives and the choice is made, after climbing to the top and Max says this,
Let's give him a few minutes. Maybe wait on the bench.
Yasmin will always text Max here. Maxine, I reached out to Detective Alderman this morning for an update and he sounded very much addled. He said he spoke to you. What did you say to him? Please tell me you didn't say anything to jeopardize this case. Now, because this is important in a minute, but it's not easily missed, I'm not going to read all the responses Max can make, because that part doesn't matter for what I'm going to show you next. After Alderman disappears, or is, I believe yeeted is the word, from existence, the texts change. Instead of the text from Chapter 2, Scene 4 that looked like this, Yasmin's text now says, Hello, Maxine. I'm sorry to bother you. It's just I can't believe Safi took her own life. The police concluded their investigation, and what we all hoped wasn't true is. And refusing to believe it doesn't make it less true. Yasmin, I'm sorry, but this doesn't make any sense. I know, it never does. Well, of course it doesn't make sense because this is not the text that was there before. And the text from Chapter 3, Scene 2 is different as well. Instead of questioning Max about Alderman's agitation, it now says, Hello, Maxine. I wanted to say I appreciate the friendship you and Moses had with Safia. Even though she ended her life in the manner she did, you both made the life she did have as special as it was brief. If you open them in Chapter 3, Scene 3, Max will also say this.
That's not what her text said earlier. It was about Alderman's investigation. What the hell is going on?
Opening this earlier or later, she's just not thinking about Yasmin's text anymore. She's moved on to other things. Now, these are very easily missed because there's no way you would be prompted to look at text from Yasmin until the Krampus roast when she texts you. At that point, you're likely very immersed in her question to even go back and read previous texts you already saw. And I think it makes a great addition to this very robust video of consequences. And another easily missed detail is that in your Notes app, after making this major choice, you have bonded with Moses. And now his short little bio has scratched off acquaintance and added him as a friend. There's also another change in the Notes app. Alderman has been yeeted. I was correct in that word. It was a yeet. He was yeeted from existence, which was not there prior. It's not necessarily easily missed, and because you're obviously reading every single detail of every single note, as you should, right? Yes. So, yes, it's my first solo video, and I think I did swell. Make sure to subscribe so that you can see the other videos that feature me less, even though I did all the work. So I'm sorry to be taking this out on you. You're just, you're listening. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.